What's up, y'all? It's Diesel Donald. Just wanted to share with you guys that just so grateful for all the love, all the appreciation, as always. So, interesting fact, when you're creating, and maybe like this is just how I do it, um, or how we do it here, and I think everyone does it. Like, great artists are inspired by other great artists, and you being a creator, you're going to be inspired to create meaningful, purposeful content that that whatever your purpose is and whatever way you can do it. For me, the season is very important to showcase my juicing, my yoga, my meditation practice, my visioning practice, um, my acting, my performance. All that stuff is cultivating right now. It's very important that when you're creating, you're coming from a place of listening, active listening, and deep inner listening, so you know which direction and which direction to go in. So for me, the season has just been awesome to just like dive into the meditation, which allows me to be still, to be present, to be available, to receive insights. Again, we're not meditating to be great meditators. We're meditating to receive insights and to grow, to expand, and to become who we really are. And it also has like benefits to meditation. Obviously, it activates the vagus nerve, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, it slows down the central nervous system, and kicking off like great things in your life like stillness, mindfulness practice, being available, being present. So when something does happen, you're able to just take a deep breath and to compose yourself to whatever it is that you're going through and growing through in your experience. So it's just awesome to just practice that meditation. Obviously, you see the visioning and the visioning practice. What am I going to become? What does the divine, what does God want for me in this season, and what needs to let go? What qualities can I take on with me? Willingness. Am I willing to become this? Willingness is important. Where there's willingness, there's a way. Where there's willfulness, you got the answer. But us being willing to become what we're meant to be. So just practicing those different things, and obviously yoga, learning the different terminology of the tool of yoga and of the world of yoga. It's a whole different language, and learning that has been very beneficial to me, and learning the yin yoga terminology, so I can grow my practice to my students and be a beneficiary presence to them, and be knowledgeable so I can educate not only myself but to those other people that I'm an inspiration to. So doing all those different things allowing me to become who I am meant to be. So like I said, the juicing and teaching people how to juice and how important raw juicing is, and leading this life of being a vegan, and learning like what things I can or cannot eat has been like even more instrumental to my growth, just because I've been on this journey for a while, and I have moments of slippage and moments of where learning and educating myself to be an optimal being of this way I want to go, this way of life, this lifestyle. And so I'm just very grateful for that. And not worrying about I the other day, like I love Dragon Ball Z, and I love Goku. That's my character. If anyone knows, that's my favorite character. And him and Frieza was battling, and he said a great quote. He's like, Frieza, I don't care how much you say you're stronger than me, how much this and that, you can't destroy who I am. You can't beat who I am, because I'm fighting, and I'm doing this for the greater good of all. So what are we doing that we're in our greatest good of all? What are we practicing that's going to grow and cultivate a growth into other people as well? Who are we becoming so we can be a vessel of inspiration, of light, of peace, and love and beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we expressing that in our way? And everyone has their own way of doing it. That's why it's important that we practice with meditation, we practice with exercise, we proper hydration, proper foods, being in the right environment, being around open-hearted and open-minded people, and loving community that helps you grow. Are you doing your spiritual practice, meditation, prayer, affirmative prayer, visioning, sacred study, tithing? You know, all these things that play a part on you being the best version of you. So with me, I'm obviously, like I said, experiencing all that through this season. So that's why I'm just, coming to you guys with it, 100. Just that Goku quote was very meaningful for me, and that's something that I always think about. Whether one person support me or a million, I'm gonna do this. Whether this brand looks better than my brand, I don't care about none of that stuff, because I know who I am and I'm focusing on what I'm doing. And when you start focusing on what you're doing, you're not worried about what others are doing. You're worried about what you're doing, and you focus on your gifts and your purpose. And so I'm focusing on being the best me, so I can be a vessel of light to the people that I need to be, and to the people I don't need to be to, and just continue to love them. So my acting, I'm just so excited, just creating content, and you guys are gonna see so much footage, so much behind the scenes stuff, and the growth with that, and taking on roles that reflect that, and I can't wait to express, more characters through my acting and through my performance and through theater and voiceovers, and using my full creativity to be a vessel of inspiration and light. And I'm excited about any new opportunities that arise, because they're already there, and waiting for me to just walk into them. But that's why you practice. That's why you be around great people. That's why you sharpen your iron. Keeping the discipline there. So when the lights come on, you're ready to go, and because you've done the work, you've done the homework. That's why it's important to continue to do the work each and every single day. So when the opportunity comes, you're not looking around like, oh man, I wasn't ready. I wasn't, doing this, and I wasn't expecting it. You have to expect it. So when it comes, you're ready to go. So that's the season for me, working on those different things and working on a brand, and the brand is growing, and the company is growing, and our partnerships are growing, and it's just amazing time that we're all having this season. So let's continue to be inspirational piece of art, and let's just keep on growing, and let's be the best version of ourselves. So I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, we dominate, we motivate, we inspire life. It is within